statistically, it is easier to get a camel through the eye of a needle than to go on Jeopardy.
Well, that's because so few people try
Exactly
to do it.
Well, it's true that statistically, the MLB has a higher acceptance rate than Jeopardy, although that's probably because it's kind of self-selects for who tries out for the MLB.
Yeah.
Because like you're not going to try out for the MLB unless you're like decently in shape guy with a surprisingly big ass.
Decently is a bit of a stretch for a lot of these
I know.
players.
Oh, for these baseball players.
The guy with the big ass. What's his name? The yacht.
Yeah, I should know this,
Yachtinator.
but I don't.
The guy with the
He's got a
yacht.
great ass.
I don't
know anything about baseball. I don't fucking know anything.
I used to know so much about baseball. Not anymore.
Yeah, me same here. I used to really like baseball.
Angels in the outfield.
Right. Yeah, I feel like we talked about this, but
Actually, speaking of angels in the outfield, not to segue too fast or anything, but Matthew McConaughey was in that movie.
it's true.
Right.
This is the second Matthew McConaughey movie we've watched for the pod.
Yeah.
I believe.
In like a month.
In like a month. It's true.
It's wild.
Yes. Should we quick shout out our friend on Jeopardy tonight?
Yeah, Neil Young.
Yeah.
shout
Neil
outs
Young 45 on
on Instagram.
that's
Yeah.
Neil Young Jung. Carl Young. Neil Neil Jung 45.
Yeah.
On Jeopardy in a couple I believe it's already aired in other time zones, but
Could be. Yeah. And obviously by the time this episode comes out, people may have seen, if you're a regular Jeopardy watcher, you may have seen our friend Andrew on Jeopardy
yeah.
on Wednesday. But as of now, I do not know what happens. So it's a surprise to
Yeah.
me, but I will watch it soon. And
Yeah,
be surprised with
he's got
everybody
a good Substack slouching towards McDonald land.
oh, nice.
I think.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've seen that.
Big B-ball fan, just like me and Scott.
Oh,
and
nice.
Mhm.
Ash by proxy. Ash
Yeah.
when it's a large twink.
when
on the
there's
court.
when there's like a 6'9" white guy with overgrown twink proportions, I'm like, okay, let's see what they're talking about on there today.
Yeah,
But
guy who looks like a night elf.
yeah, I'm like, what's going on with this? So yeah, I'm a bit of a basketball fan. But yeah, let's start the show. Now that we're talking about Matthew McConaughey, it has me excited to tell everyone about this movie this week. So welcome back to Boys Bible Study. If our love is tragedy, why are you my frailty? This is a special episode. We are discussing the thriller Frailty with some pretty explicit Christian themes.
Yeah, they named it after my ego.
No.
They named it after my tibia. Brittle bones, folks.
Yeah, well, that's why you get. Never mind. Can we start over?
I know. Let's just start this whole thing over. Fuck that. Anyways, we are back with a brand new episode. I suppose, as always, let us introduce ourselves. I am Ash, here with my co-hosts.
Scott.
And Julian.
Now, we're definitely dipping our toes into more of the secular zone. This is one of our fun episodes where we get to like talk about a secular movie with explicit religious themes. I've never seen this movie and I'm not really aware of its cultural context. The movie this week is called Frailty. It's directed by Bill Paxton and stars Matthew McConaughey, and it's an early 90s crime thriller. But what I want to know is, how was this movie received? Was it like a box office hit? What's like the release context about this movie?
So I heard about this basically when it came out. I saw it on DVD when it first came out because I had was watching a random episode of what?
I don't know why you just turned Arabic there for a second.
Because I said the thing the other day. Remember? The
Shahada.
yeah.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh,
Sorry.
right.
I shouldn't. Why did I even question that?
Yeah, I was watching an episode of Ebert and Roper, and they had reviewed it and said it was surprisingly good. As for box office success, and I watched it, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I still did this time around. As for box office success, I don't think it was. I don't think it got like that wide of a release. Maybe it's hard to tell with movies back then, but looks like it made its money back, but not much more than that. It was a very low budget movie, only $11 million.
Huh.
Interesting.
Which, yeah, well, I won't get into it about Hollywood's low budgets.
I'd call that mid-budget.
I
It's
guess
low
so.
for
In
Hollywood.
2000
Low for Hollywood.
But you have to keep in mind at the time gas was like $1.50, so that
Yeah.
went a longer way.
True, 11 million in 2002.
So it's like 10 billion now.
Yes, yeah, that's your grocery bill.
Yeah. I went to a restaurant. I ordered a hamburger with steak fries, and my bill was $11 million.
Yeah. Well, did you get eggs?
Yeah. See, it's all the splurging. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, was this a Julian pick?
No,
Scott pick?
Scott recommended
Scott
this. I think I
What's
endorsed it.
A Julian
Yeah,
endorsed
Julian
Scott
immediately
pick.
endorsed it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about
rewatch.
Well, I've been thinking about rewatching this movie for 23 years now, and I finally got around to it.
See, you can do anything, folks.
Yeah.
What inspired you to pick this one, Scott?
A friend of mine told me that I might be interested in bringing this to us for the pod. And I think we watched it together originally, but maybe I will just borrow it from him. Either way, I immediately liked it and was like, this is a good thriller and is definitely counts as a Christian movie, even though it is a secular Hollywood movie. And I was also intrigued in the first place that Bill Paxton, who's mainly known as an actor, who's been in a lot of big movies, this was like his first feature he directed, and he only directed one other feature, which is like a biopic with Shia LaBeouf in it. So this is like the only like real feature he directed, and he's one of the co-stars in it too. So as he plays the dad Meeks.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job directing.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. It had like all the aesthetics of like almost like a straight to video horror movie.
Yeah, because it's
but,
very like trapped in a house movie almost, even though that's
even the
more to it than
filming
that.
style was like oftentimes like informed by Giallo or like even like Sam Raimi stuff. But it's like the content was like really well thought out, and it was really well acted and written, and a very surprisingly subdued movie for it being about a insane dad who is trying to save the world from demons. And it felt very, and the fact that it was so grounded and subdued was like, I think makes it so much more scary.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
It was scary. And that said, this does count as our Halloween in July, or final holiday in July, which was the other
Halloween?
reason. Yeah.
Not Father's Day?
Oh, this would have been a good
Oh my
Father's
God.
Day one.
Hybrid Halloween and Father's
Okay.
Day in July.
All right, you're right. It's
A
Father's
secret
Day in
fifth
July.
holiday.
Yeah.
A secret fifth holiday.
Father's Day falls on Halloween this year.
Very spooky. Yes, this is the conclusion of our world famous Holidays in July series, where we've proved that April may be the cruelest month, July the most flexible month.
Yeah.
I would say, because you can do any holiday in July, not just Christmas.
It's a verse trade.
It really is.
Aki.
Yes, hybrid Halloween and Father's Day in July. This is a very thrilling story of faith. What is faith? What is like blind faith versus true faith? And how far would you go to honor thy father? Some of the questions asked in Frailty.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is in this cast? We got some all-stars here, people.
Powers Boothe.
Yeah, Powers Boothe as
One of my
Agent
favorites.
Wesley Doyle, FBI agent in this.
He's awesome. They broke the mold.
Literally.
Yeah,
He
he's
got a weird
good.
ass face.
He really does.
He got
Yeah,
a weird ass face. Couldn't fit that in a lot of molds. But we love
Yeah.
that about him.
I wonder what he
else?
and Bill Paxton were talking about when they were on Tombstone together. They both were actors in Tombstone in 1993.
Yeah. Well, now they're both talking about how they are on tombstones.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
God, if I could have been a fly on that horse when they were having a conversation at Tombstone, I would have really enjoyed that. I'm looking through Powers Booth to see what else he was on that I like. Couple things.
It's Deadwood. He's in my favorite movie, MacGruber.
Yes. Yes, very cool.
I think that's all I know him from, and he's one of my favorite actors.
He was in Hitman Absolution in 2012.
Well, there you fucking go.
He's in
I'm
Sin
looking through his
City.
filmography.
He's in Cruising,
Oh, Sin City.
Cool.
The Emerald
Yeah, he's-
Forest, which I find to be an underrated movie.
Never seen it.
A lot of
He's
people
awesome.
haven't.
He is awesome. Yeah, Powers Booth, one of our co-stars here.
You know what's kind of fucked up is they put your spouse. What was this? His wife? No, they put his wife as Powers Ann Booth, Pamela Ann Booth, married 1969 to 2017, but he died in 2017. Doesn't it seem kind of weird to say like, oh, they stopped being married when
I
he
never know.
died?
That's very interesting. You're right.
Like
When
they do the
does-
same thing for if you get divorced as if you died, and it's just like
When
I guess
does
it's still
this-
death do us part.
Well, true. And, at that point, you are free to, like, get remarried. So I guess that does de facto, like, end a relationship. But, yeah, it feels very cold to, like, put the brackets by there,
Yeah. Oh, just an observation. My condolences to Mrs.
to the
Booth.
Booths.
Yeah.
This film also stars, we already said his name, but Matthew McConaughey
Yeah.
looking real good in this movie, I've got to say. This was like peak McConaughey.
I was
In my
wondering
opinion.
too, is this like his darkest role he's done?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4 or 3. Which one is he in? Maybe.
Oh,
True
right.
Detective.
Yeah, okay,
Jeez,
yeah,
that's
that's
pretty dark.
But the Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre movie he's in is like pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I feel like-
technically it's dark, but it's very
I
silly.
think for him at this point in his career, because True Detective kind of made sense because he was reinventing himself as like a serious actor.
yeah,
This one, and he had already done like Dallas Buyers Club or whatever, but this one definitely is very unique in that I feel like it came in the middle of his like heartthrob era, and
Yeah.
it's like a seemingly like one-off against type style movie for him. I thought he was good in it.
yeah, me too.
Let me just say,
For
my
sure.
heart was not the only thing throbbing seeing his performance in this film.
Yeah.
Talking about my penis, y'all.
I do regular crotch checks when we're watching these movies
We
together
do.
to make sure that you're paying attention.
Um, yes. Matthew McConaughey is the star of this film, although most of the film, and we should say, I think we were clear about this, but Bill Paxton also co-stars, did not just direct. He also plays a very powerful role in this film. Those three men who we named are probably the biggest build roles in the film. However, much of Frailty is concerned with a flashback of Matthew McConaughey's character's childhood, in which Bill Paxton plays his father. But Frailty is mostly about two brothers. Their names are
Adam and Fenton.
Adam and Fenton. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Fenton. y'all.
Yeah, the story is told through a flashback recounted by Matthew McConaughey to Powers Boothe, who's an FBI agent investigating the God Hand Killer. Matthew McConaughey shows up late one night at the FBI office in Texas, saying that he knows who the God Hand Killer is, and it's his brother, Adam?
Yes.
He says it's his brother, Adam. And while he and Powers Boothe are driving to the location of where the bodies are buried, he's basically telling him the story of how they became the God Hand Killers. So yeah, most of the movie is these little boys' relationship with their father, Bill Paxton.
Now I know what you're thinking. How could a Christian be a killer? These are things that are somewhat at odds with each other. But we will soon find out that the God Hand Killer does not believe the people that he is killing are indeed people. He believes them to be demons that he is ridding of the earth, a justified killing of a human being. The true identity of the God Hand Killer, well, maybe we'll reveal that a bit later, but should be noted that this is an interesting story about how far you would go to please God. Would you kill for God?
Yeah.
Would you kill for us, the co-host of your favorite podcast?
We're talking directly to you right now.
Yes, we are. We're doing something called the God Hand Challenge.
You're the only one listening to this.
Yes.
No one else will know what you're talking about if you talk to them about this.
If you try to show someone the timestamp of this episode where we're saying this, they will not hear anything. It'll just sound like silence.
You need to obtain a list of names, and those are the people you need to destroy.
Yes.
However, you need to find the list yourself. It's called the Epstein list. And you are to kill everyone on it.
Did you know that the Trump administration is refusing to release the list of demons that need to be removed from this earth?
We need the presidential pipe, the presidential hatchet, and the presidential gloves, gardening gloves.
I'm sorry, the presidential pipe has not been in the office ever since Bill Clinton left. That's right. He got his dick sucked in there.
Oh, no.
I know.
No,
you can't say
no,
these things.
no.
It's a little bit raunchy here. This is an explicit tagged podcast, okay?
Can I just say something real quick?
Yes.
You, my friend, play too much.
Yeah. I really do. I just say I don't want to get another comment about some innocent little kid listening to this podcast because we're called Boys Bible Study. You have to look deeper, people. It's called irony. Look with your eyes. This is an explicit tagged podcast. I have no sympathy for you if you were exposed to concepts that were too real because you ignored the explicit tag that we graciously provided you. But that's another story.
So yeah.
Sorry, my phone is convinced I stole my AirPods.
It's calling the police right now.
It says
we're sending the God Hand Killer to your house right now.
It says AirPods were found moving with you. The owner will be able to track the location.
What?
Oh, you know what? Maybe it was my
tracking
AirPods.
yours because we were walking together.
That's really funny.
We walked together in Uber. That's awesome. We'll see.
I'm gonna call the fucking police on you.
Yeah, do it. You'll have proof.
Interesting.
Anyways, where were we?
Beat your ass with a lead pipe. So Bill Paxton, he's a single father raising these boys. Their mom passed during childbirth of the younger brother, and they seem to have a pretty happy working class life, living in a former gardener's house of a rose garden, of a public rose garden. And that is until one day the boy's father wakes them up in the middle of the night because he has been visited by an angel in the form of a baseball trophy that it glows extremely bright on top of his TV in his bedroom while he's trying to go to sleep, which I thought 23 odd years ago, I was but 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I still think this today. That was such an awesome, religious epiphany moment. Like the depiction of him describing seeing an angel, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Was like really cool.
So sick.
It's just his trophy starts glowing really bright. And that's it. And then he tells you, I saw an angel and he told me that we have to fight demons. And
he had just seen Angels in the Outfield. Yeah. They just leveled up.
Yep.
We don't just have to win baseball games anymore, y'all.
Yeah.
We got to slay some demons.
Yes.
That'd be so sick if the Anaheim Angels just went on a tour of killing people on a list.
Given a special baseball bat.
Yeah, so the kids, one of them's pretty excited about this. The younger one, Adam, is very excited about this, but Fenton is, he doesn't quite believe it.
He's concerned. He shows concern.
Yeah, which, I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes if somebody's actually having a crisis or if they actually were visited by God.
Yeah, I know.
And his dad
jealous.
says, of who? Of which character? The dad?
Yeah.
Adam.
Because of his face?
I would just like to live. I just feel like maybe I would be a little happier if I still believed in some magic in the world in the form of just somebody could come up to me and be like, I'm here to hunt demons. And I could tell my friends like, I met this really cool guy who's hunting demons. Isn't that awesome?
I know.
I'm opening my window, banging pots and pans at 7 p.m. for the demon hunters.
For demon slayers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a very interesting theme in this movie is like, how much are you willing to open your faith or suspend your disbelief in order to like actually have an explanation for why there's like evil in the world? Because that was something that I think Julie and I actually got to watch this one together. I think that was something we ended up talking about during the movie. We were just like, God, it must be so nice to have a personal explanation for why the world is bad.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the most difficult things about the world. Like, not only is there suffering, and even if you have a relatively privileged life, there's like, you're still not free from suffering, and just things seem so outside of your control. And every time we encounter someone who, in our research, who, for instance, thinks that like the elites are making Kim Petras dress as the devil on television in order to ...
Yeah.
But like, this is why society's evil, because there's like an elite cabal of Satanists or whatever. Or in this case, that there's like demons in human form that are destroying the earth in some unknown way. It would just make a lot of things make sense.
It's like a straightforward problem. It might be still difficult to overcome, but it's like a kind of one-to-one, like, this happens because this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, I'm certainly not a mental health expert, but I think that my instinct tells me that illnesses such as schizophrenia, for instance, where a symptom is like hearing explanations for things that aren't there, or like seeing patterns in things that other people would think are random. I feel like on some psychological level, those sicknesses are like a solution to a problem of like not being able to explain, to find answers or to find order in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying the explanation is that simple for why people get schizophrenia, but it almost feels like you are asking a question and that illness provides you an answer in the form of like, oh, there's people stalking me.
Yeah.
Or, there's people sending me messages, or there's demons and blah, blah, blah. It's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah, your brain's trying to figure it out, and that's the best it can do.
I feel like it. I mean, I'm sure that's a very like oversimplified, explainer of it, but I kind of feel like that's the function it serves.
Demons have to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
Because why do bad things happen to me? And when I say bad things, I mean things that I don't want to happen to me.
Yeah. Well,
and they're out to get me.
I mean, in short, yes.
And none of my friends are helping me.
Well, no, because, you converted to Islam. And
is that where I went wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying you have a new community now.
Yeah.
Maybe you should.
Hey, you're looking for help in the wrong places.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I just think that, there is no explanation for suffering in the world. And I mean, I feel like we watch, it's funny because I feel like we watch Christian movies that also offer a very neat and simple explanation for why there's suffering in the world.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that either.
Maybe there's no explanation at all.
I feel like there isn't.
You know what'd be cool is if we started doing our podcast. How long have we been doing this? 6 years?
Yeah, 5.5 years.
It's impressive.
I know.
It'd be cool is if we started doing like how all podcasts do now, where like you just start talking about something like you just were. Like just start talking like you were.
Yeah, I say something like...
and I'm like, yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like the whole time you're talking.
That would be sick. There's no explanation for why.
Totally. Oh, yeah.
Well, those people...
Those are fucking demons.
Yes,
they've entered our world.
They have.
When I watch fucking Julian Edelman and what's his fucking name, Joe Mazzulla, talk about the Joker tattoos. Remember I showed you that clip?
Yeah, that clip.
Did you see
awesome.
that, Scott? That's demonic.
When he suggests that there should be an escape room where you can go to reenact capturing Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And then like a team of audio engineers go, ooh,
that would be a great first date. That would be a great first date.
Like you're telling me demons don't walk among us?
Yeah. Two guys who are like combined 5 feet tall and like 400 pounds.
And they own $2,500 worth of audio
Why
interfaces.
did I say that? It's that the physical appearance doesn't mean they're just fucking idiots.
It is funny to imagine, though.
Like. It is
Well,
with two professional athletes, just two little guys, little minions going around. Ooh,
it's like we
that's
discussed.
a good idea.
It's like we discussed yesterday, Julian. Unfortunately, and this is the sad reality of it, beauty is both outside and in.
Yeah,
and
true.
Generally, the better person you are, the better looking you are.
It makes having a good soul shows on the outside.
Yes,
And
that's
if
what I'm trying to
purify your
say.
soul, you'll start to look better. You'll start to feel better.
That's what I'm saying.
And what's that blue liquid you were telling me about?
Methylene blue.
That can help kickstart the process.
What's that? Is that the stuff from the Dune movies?
It's the stuff that RFK drinks to stop the radiation on the planes.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
he
really?
is a beautiful looking man.
Yeah, it's like,
And he
it's
sounds
like
good too.
blue-
He sounds healthy.
It's like a blue. I don't really understand what it is, but it is like a blue colored liquid that like it's
Yeah.
very blue. Like it will like dye your tongue.
Is it Powerade?
No, it's no one really knows what it is. It's like a chemical.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to look it up.
Bow ba da bow ba da
God,
ba da
he's
bow.
Blue moon.
Blue methylene.
It's crazy that people take that guy seriously.
Yeah.
Well, they also took Bill Paxton seriously in this movie. Or at least one
did.
person
Yeah,
did.
but Bill Paxton
And,
says stuff in a way
mind
that
you,
sounds
he was
serious.
right.
Right, exactly.
Not
And
to jump to this big
right,
twist,
not to
but
spoil
he was
things.
right.
But Bill Paxton, too, the way he talks before his vision and after, like, if you knew somebody personally and they did not say things like, I got to slay demons, and then all of a sudden turn like, seriously, I had this vision and I have to do this.
Yeah.
You would think there's something there, you know?
Right.
Right.
Mm.
And here's the deal. Nowadays, if this movie was made nowadays, maybe his kids would believe him, maybe they wouldn't, but then he would go on a podcast
Mm-hmm.
with a professional athlete host, and he would say, I was visited by an angel in the form of a glowing baseball trophy, and he told me that I'm going to have to purge the earth of demons. And then the two audio engineers would go, ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. That is what would happen. Let's talk a little more about Mr. Meeks's worldview.
Yes.
God has told him that, well, via an angel, that the world is in fact going to be ending fairly soon, and that it is his job, and then later in life, his son or son's job to slay demons, and that he will be given a list of who the demons are, and he is only to slay the demons in the list as given. Even if somehow he finds out that another one is a demon, he is not to do anything about that until given the list.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
it suggests that he gets maybe like 7 people at a time. And he's also told that he's going to be given 3 objects to do this with.
Yes.
And Adam, who is the immediately believing son, the younger one, is like, oh, like magic objects? And Dad Meeks is like, yeah, I guess so, basically. And then he does, in fact, he is driving along from his, what was his job exactly?
He was a mechanic of some kind.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
He
right,
said
right.
of some kind,
Yeah.
but she's literally just a
Right, 'cause
mechanic.
there's that crazy shot where he's underneath a car and it
Yes.
like shifts into like an angel coming down to him.
Yeah, that was awesome. The
Yeah.
like underside of the car turned into like a cathedral, and an angel with a flaming sword came down.
There are
and that's,
cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see.
is that a quote?
Yeah, it's literally a Jordan Peterson quote.
Wow.
He made that up.
He must have seen this movie.
It's literally a Jordan Peterson. It's a tweet that's a picture of a bottle of Evian with light shining through it. And he captioned it, there are cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see. And that's become like a very, like people say that all the time on the internet, but like that's a phrase, it's a very of recent origin. It's like 4 years old.
That's really amazing.
It's
Because
amazing.
of-
He's a genius.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's something.
He's like a genius in the way that Mr. Meeks is a genius in this movie. Like occasionally he's presented with a sort of ecstatic vision, and it's at the expense of himself and his family. But that's another story.
That's cool.
But
he is given these objects in a way. So he's coming home from work and he sees like light coming through the clouds. It is on a farmhouse. It's in a way that like you could imagine it happening in real life. But because of his heightened awareness of such things, he's like, oh, I got to stop there. And he goes in and light is showing on this like table or stump, something like that. And on it is a pair of gloves and an axe.
yes.
Yeah. Otis.
Yes, the axe says Otis on it, which is very cool. I like that God functions sort of like Supreme, the clothes retailer, in that he does drops of demons and weapons.
Ooh, that's a good
really
concept
cool.
to do a drop like in a random place, though. You don't know where it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
drop
cool.
of an influencer drops to his fans the names of people they have to kill, and he does it in
Not far off. Not that far off from that.
No, literally
True.
not. God, I hope I'm not in the latest Supreme drop. Everyone's like, oh no, hope I'm not in the latest drop. It does kind of function like that because the demons that the angel gives to I keep calling him Mr. Meeks. I can't remember what his name is. I mean, Father Meeks here. Fenton.
I don't think we know what his name was because at least on Letterboxd it says Dad Meeks.
Yeah, I don't think they give him one.
I think it's
he only interacts with the boys.
Yeah, maybe it's just Dad, but anyways, the names that the angel gives him appear to just be in a phone book.
Yeah,
because we don't see him opening the phone book. I just say that because it's the people they're killing live one town over. And he doesn't seem to have any personal connection with
them. There was a scene where he was going through the phone book and writing down
that.
Seemingly random names.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was when he was getting the second round of names.
I see. Yeah, I was too busy looking at Matthew McConaughey's slutty exposed armpits.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps he was just looking up for the names he had already been given for where they live.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good first date idea.
Yeah. The problem is there's just no sport in it anymore. By that I mean demon slaying.
Yeah.
Because you can just fucking
check flight tracker.
Yeah. You can just Google them.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that anymore because Google doesn't work, but you could.
Grok is just going to be listing the names of.
Here's all the Jews in your town.
Yeah,
and their addresses.
God.
But I just feel there's no dignity, there's no mystery in it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just not worth it to slay demons.
No. It's what's even the point?
Yeah.
The point of anything.
So let's talk about the two boys, Fenton and Adam. They have very different reactions to the father's information. And this is kind of where the investigation of faith comes in the movie. That leads to probably the most Christian or, critical of Christianity themes in the film. But let's discuss. How do the boys react to this information?
Adam is a follower. I think he's just young. He doesn't really know any better. And he just believes his dad. Whereas Fenton is in denial. Denial to the point where he is punished by his father. He is locked in
Whoa. Wait, before we get to that, though, because that happens fairly late in the movie, even though that is such a memorable part of the movie, because I thought rewatching this, I had imagined that lasting way longer in the movie than it actually did.
Yeah.
But he is incredulous at first and was like, Dad, are you serious? Yeah. And then after each time is like, Dad, this is crazy. And then he's telling Adam, he's like, Adam, we might have to go.
Yeah.
He was like, Adam's like, what? No, why would Dad lie to us? And he's like, Adam, you just found out last Christmas that Santa Claus isn't real. This is the same type of thing. That is not.
The kid believe in something.
No.
Yeah, for real. But Adam is like, no, when Dad touches the victims before he slays them, I see fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
And Fenton's like, no, you don't. Dad has gone crazy.
Right. And, it could be their ages because, Fenton is a young teenager and Adam is probably elementary school age, maybe 8 or 9. I can't remember what it was exactly in the movie. So, when you're a teenager, your brain is a little more developed, especially if you're very mature for your age, and you start to question authority figures, whereas a kid, you might just take your father's word totally for as just the truth. But I think that this is a metaphor for the different stages of people's development in like faith and trust and authority. Like I think that the movie is using like the ages of the kids as like a metaphor just for anyone's own spiritual development, because you know, when you hit a certain level of awareness, then you do question things you once held for granted. And maybe you could extrapolate further on that point to say that like the strongest faith is one that has been questioned and has gone through like a dark night of the soul, to use figurative language. I definitely think that like when it comes to Christianity, I do think that like, I'm not saying everyone has to do this, but I think that people who've usually gone through a time of questioning their faith or being removed from their faith, when they do come back to it later, it's in a way that feels a little more full and mature. I mean, I think that was, that's my story personally. I'm glad I don't believe in God in the same like very literal way that I did before. But, not a lot of Christians, perhaps conservative Christians, would say that. They would say there's no need to question your faith because it's the truth.
Yeah.
Faith in God, that is. I don't know. Just an interesting, like, motif of this film.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
So
do not question your podcast host.
but Adam really does believe to the point where he lets his dad know, like, hey, Fenton thinks you're going crazy here and wants us to run away. We don't know exactly what he tells him, but he tells him enough that his dad's like, Adam, I gotta get you to believe somehow. I'm sorry you haven't seen this yet, but I'm sure you will soon. So he gets Adam to dig a huge hole for a week.
Yeah. Very Noah code.
Or he gets Fenton to. Yeah, and Fenton digs this big basement-size hole. A nuclear bomb shelter from season 8, episode 3 of Touched by an Angel-size hole. And then they're putting wood over it, slats over it, and then roll a whole shed over it. And then and Fenton's pretty distraught because he's like, wow, we're just like building a dungeon to put people and poor victims into. And then, wouldn't you know it, he becomes one of the victims after he goes to the cops, and sheriff or cop comes over to the house, rolling his eyes already, like, well, Mr. Meeks, it's your son claims that you kill people down there and then bury the bodies. Mm. Why would he make this up? What's wrong with your boy? And he says, well, did he also tell you that I made him do some work that he didn't want to do as a punishment? Then the cop pretty much thinks he has it all figured out from there. And then Fenton's like, I can show you where the bodies are. I can show you where the murder cellar is. And so he was like, oh, should we go see the murder cellar? And Dad is like, should we, Fenton? And Fenton's like, gulp. Yes. And then they go. He sees the murder cellar. And then Dad hits the cop in the head and murders him. And he's very distraught because he says, wow, this is the first time I ever murdered a man. This is very upsetting. And Fenton's like, what are you talking about? You've murdered many people. And he's like, no, those were demons. I keep telling you. And so it's finally come to a breaking point. And he puts Fenton down in the cellar and nails it shut.
Yeah.
For his own safety. And says, I'll be back in a week. and he lets Adam give him 1 glass of water a day through a hole in the cellar. It's pretty terrifying.
Yep.
We've got some potent religious imagery here. Nailing someone who's suffering. There's also some sort of like, locking someone away. It just kind of reminds, it's not what the movie's doing, but it just reminds me of like the Jesus in the tomb story or Jesus crucifixion story. But in this film, in Frailty, the results of this period of isolation is that he develops religious psychosis.
Yeah.
Which I recommend everyone develop at least once.
Yeah. Seemingly.
Yeah.
Yep. After 1 week, he opens it up and says, "Well, Fenton, did God talk to you?" And Fenton goes, "There is no God." And he's like, "All right, locking you back in." And then
that's right. Yes.
Nails it back shut. We don't know how long he's in there for, but then he does have some kind of religious experience. There's this cool shot where you just see his face looking up in the dark, and he's like, "I really did see sick. God." We don't know what God told him exactly, but they let him out, and he's like, "Dad, I saw God."
Yeah.
And then he finally gets food.
Yeah, and he goes with his dad on the next trip to catch a demon.
Mm-hmm.
And they do. They find a guy who wears like a mesh T-shirt and jeans. And it seems like an unsavory individual. And they capture him and bring him back to the cellar where Dad Meeks orders Fenton to perform the slaying.
Perform the circumcision.
Yeah. But Fenton turns the axe on his father.
Oh.
In a twist. Kills his dad, who with his dying words whispers something we don't hear to Adam. And we think this is all resolved, basically. And in a really scary part, Ash, you said that was scary.
I did.
Fenton pulls the duct tape off of the guy who's like tied up on the ground. He pulls the duct tape off of his mouth, and the guy just screams, "No!" And Adam comes running out of the shadows with the axe and kills him. So maybe the demon slaying's not over, but that is the end of the story that he is that Fenton is telling Powers Boothe
in the present.
In the present, because they have arrived at the Rose Garden where the bodies are buried.
And mind you, Agent Doyle has been looking for 6 missing bodies.
But they show the Rose Garden, and there's a hell of a lot more than 6. I kind of forget why. Oh, yeah. So there's a little slip up in Fenton's story in the present day where he says that he would promise to bury... He had Adam promise to bury him in the Rose Garden if he died. And at the beginning of the movie, Fenton in present day reveals that Adam has passed away by his own hand. And that he has stolen his body from the morgue and he's taken it to the Rose Garden to bury. And so, Agent Doyle, is that it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
he says, wait a second. Didn't you say that Adam was supposed to bury Fenton in the Rose Garden when he died? And that's when Matthew McConaughey reveals that he is, in fact, Adam. He is the God Hand Killer, and Fenton just seemed to grow up to be a separate serial killer.
Yeah. Probably based on the atrocities he witnessed without people believing him and having his own.
Right. So they were kind of like dueling sibling serial killers. One thinking that he was killing demons and the other thinking one who thought he was killing demons while he thought what his brother was doing was just killing random people. But in the Rose Garden, it's also revealed that Adam was not lying when he said he could see that the people they were killing were demons. And we see that like a woman that they killed had murdered someone, and that a person who was, their dad said was a child molester, was actually a child molester murderer. And Adam lays his hands on Agent Doyle and reveals that Agent Doyle, and this was touched on a little earlier, whose mom had been murdered. He sees that that Agent Doyle had killed his own mother, which was kind of crazy. And Agent Doyle even confirmed it by saying, like, how did you know?
Yeah,
so in the world of this movie, they were in fact killing demons. Well, by their definition, demons. They were in fact killing bad people.
Yeah.
Including Agent Doyle at the end.
And then something that's shortly revealed is that Fenton was a demon that his dad was supposed to kill, but he couldn't because it was his son.
Right. Oh, that's why he grew up to be the serial killer.
Yeah.
Because he was a demon all along.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool that this movie took that stance at the end, just kind of as like just for the sake of being a twist, it felt like, but it really was funny how it was just like, yeah, God is real and God commanded these people to kill demons.
Yeah.
And the reason it didn't work out was because the son was a demon.
Yeah, he actually was a demon.
I mean, by the movie's logic, he had to have been.
Right?
Yeah.
This just goes to show you God has a plan.
Yep.
That's right.
Patriots are in control.
Patriots in control. Angels in control.
Yep. Angels in the outfield too. Angels in control.
Yeah.
Angels in the outfield to Frailty.
I do think this is a very interesting twist for the movie because, you know, what at first seems like, you know, kind of a fable of the power of like speaking your mind and like growing out of a childlike blind faith and everything.
Yeah.
Turns into a story of well, maybe you shouldn't think about it that hard. maybe it is a demon.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, by a much moral logic, just because someone in the world has killed or has done it for something very bad, does that mean that it's incumbent on you to be the wielder of justice? No, actually the Bible says that like let God be the judge, you know, let not you be the judge. But it seems that for whatever reason, God has anointed the father and son with the gift of sight, some sort of psychic sight, as to who has done evil things. I love the shots where they show the people being evildoers, like when they show the old man like being a child molester.
Yeah.
Really funny.
And it's like all stylized. He like drives up in a car and is like, "Hello, little girl."
Yeah, this was very like 2000s.
It was, yeah, it was very Y2K. So, you know, yeah, we're supposed to believe that God has in some way like anointed these people with a true sight.
Yeah.
And therefore the vigilante justice that they performed was justified in the logic of the film. So hell, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, I mean, we find out there's a little bit of a coda with the FBI searching for the missing Agent Doyle, and in their search, it's number one, it's revealed that God is seemingly protecting Adam in present day because all of the security footage of him entering the building is like distortion on it whenever he's on camera to hide his face. No one can remember what he looks like who encountered him. And one of the FBI agents visits the small town's sheriff's office to investigate, and it's revealed that Adam in present day is the sheriff. And he works with his wife, who is pregnant, to ensure that they're winning in the battle of good versus evil.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. I had forgotten that was part of the movie, and I remember at the beginning clocking that it was really strange how when they called the sheriff's office to check his story, the lady was like, "Oh yeah, he was just here. He stole an ambulance and his brother's body," and she was just so like nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that had an explanation at the end. Well, I'm not glad. I'm not glad about much these days. Real.
I was glad.
Yeah, so that's Frailty. The good guys win.
Yeah.
The good
And
guys
otherwise
win.
a very dark movie that it was nice to see I'll say it. What do they call it? Highbrow horror or
Oh yeah, elevated horror.
yeah, it was a proto elevated horror movie, in my opinion. What I'm trying to say is if this movie came out now, it would have been released by A24 and it would look like shit. It would look like every other fucking movie they come out with. And the boys would have been gay. And what else?
And it would have been
The
evil
dad would have been
behind
a
what was
woman.
going on, not God.
Exactly.
And that is really what's pretty unique in this overall, I think, is that like God is asking somebody to do these horrific things, but like you can't, although you might argue the way that they're going about handling it, you like sort of can't argue that it's deserved. I mean, you can, but like in every instance they're showing of what the person was up to, it was real bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Not only do the good guys win, but the good guys are God's guys. The God-appointed team has won. It was no gut instance. It was divine plan.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that makes this a very interesting horror movie. Even if maybe actually the goal wasn't to make a Christian statement and was just to, continue delighting and surprising audiences with new twists. I still think that functionally, this made it a very powerful Christian movie, maybe more powerful than a lot of the ones we tend to watch for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I saw some
totally.
complaints that were like, I thought it would have been scarier if like God hadn't been telling them to do this, but I was glad that that was the case. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. It made it more interesting.
Yeah.
It would have been scarier. You're telling me it would have been scarier if it would have been the thing that you expected it to be the whole time.
Yeah.
I disagree.
It's just a fun twist at the end, if nothing else. I mean,
It is.
It's a little bonus thing to make you not even think, really, to just be like, that is so cute that they did that. That is so cute.
What's the first time you can remember your parents telling you something and just being like, there's no way?
Fuck, dude.
I don't actually know if I can answer that question.
I don't know. I don't think I really
It's a
had.
hard
It was
one.
more of just a steady decline.
Yeah.
It was more just growing frustration and resentment. Problem when they told me I couldn't have a PS3. And I said, there's no way that can be true.
There was no way
You're
that can
going
be
to get
true.
me a PS3.
Actually,
I never got one.
That is interesting because I remember when I first asked for video games, they're like, no. And then the first time I did get something was a Game Boy because my grandma took it upon herself to get me a Game Boy for like my birthday.
That's awesome.
And then, I don't know. It is funny that it's a video game thing.
I remember getting the Game Boy Christmas, also my first game system.
Yeah.
More palatable video game for the parents. But no, I would kill for my parents to this day.
I think I would maim.
You'd maim?
Yeah. Self-defense. Maybe I would be my mom's bodyguard.
Yeah,
Sure,
I think if my mom got the supreme drop of evil people, in the world, I would go for it.
Yeah.
You know what
If
other
my
movie
dad told me to kill somebody, I'd say, fucking do it yourself, dude. Don't wrap me up in this shit.
You know what movie this kind of reminded me of? Was it called House that we watched? Not to be confused with, House.
Houseu?
Not to be confused with House.
Yeah, the 2008 House that was based
House
on a Ted
2008.
Decker movie.
Yes, Ted Decker. That was the word I was looking
Ted
for.
Decker.
Not the one with George Wendt.
It's the one with Michael Madsen, R.I.P.
Oh,
Yes.
shit, dude. He died?
Yeah, we didn't talk about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, we did like half an episode on it.
Yeah. I definitely said something about it online, but I don't know if we actually said something on the show. I eulogized him from the Boys Bible Study account and named like the 5 films that we covered that he was in.
Yeah.
It was like he's like star of House and Eyes Front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm in Love with a Church Girl. He was in that movie, which I
He
forgot
was in a
about.
lot of movies.
I
We talked about the video of the Walk of Fame, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that was before
we
he
talked about
died.
That for sure.
That was when we covered probably when we covered House. 'Cause I think that
Really?
was the
We didn't
most-
talk about it again? I could have sworn we talked about
I
it
don't
again.
remember, man.
Well, I
All
think
the
we
days
talked
run
about it in the
together.
chat again. I don't know if we talked about it.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show,
shit.
but, like-
Then everybody watched that video.
Well, I know.
Oh, right. I remember I was talking about it with some other people.
Yeah, we definitely talked about it on the show. I just don't think it was recently after he passed away. But we put in the clip when we last discussed Michael Madsen. We played the whole clip.
Him at the Walk of Fame.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Julian revealing he doesn't listen to the show. Which I mean, you do the show.
fine.
There's no requirement to listen to it, but Scott and I do put the clips in, and that was one of them we put in.
Yeah.
Y'all are tripping.
It's a good
Y'all
clip.
Maybe so,
are
maybe so.
tripping.
But yeah, it's a good clip. But it actually works really well as an audio clip, even if you can't see the visual. It's just
Yeah.
I just want to say, I'm sorry. What can I say? What more do you want me to say? It's fantastic. But
I hit my
anyway,
head today.
Anyway, Frailty most reminded me of films we've covered. It most reminded me of House 2008. This movie was so much better than House 2008. It's insane. So I don't mean to
Yeah.
compare their quality, but I don't know. It was about a scary house and like a mother and son and like
Yeah.
there was
That's
like
true. And real supernatural terror.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess that's like my genre recommendation. If anyone else wants more like this, the other movie I would recommend, and maybe we should just do a whole episode on it one day, maybe for Halloween this year or whatever, is Slaughter of the Innocents.
Yes.
yeah.
Which
we'll cover that this October. Good call.
dope. Okay, so I won't spoil too much. A friend of the show, Maggie Siebert, sent me. I bought a couple Blu-ray from her, and she threw in like a bunch of other just goodie bags, like full of Blu-rays. And one of those was Slaughter of the Innocents. I'd never heard of that movie, and I watched it, and I just thought it was phenomenal. And I lent it to Julian and Woodrow, and they both watched it, and I think everybody liked
Really
it.
cool.
So okay, I won't. I was gonna say a little bit about the ending, but maybe we should just save that for a future episode.
Yeah,
Really,
save that.
Yeah.
but that's a high recommendation. Here's your homework if you want to I mean, there's lots of people who listen to the show who actually do watch the movies we watch. For the people that don't, I would say you could still watch this one because
Yes.
it's not like a Ray Comfort movie.
It's good.
It's good.
And you could also watch Slaughter of the Innocents. That could be your homework for when we review it down the line, maybe
This
soon.
will be on the final exam.
Hell yeah. When St. Peter gives you that final exam
Yeah.
for entering heaven, you're going to want to have seen a couple movies.
I would love to read the 10 Commandments to somebody and then at the end just start walking away, but then turn around and say, by the way, this will be on the final exam.
Yeah, that would be swaggy. Well,
Yeah. Unfortunately, my swag has been circumcised.
yeah, your swag has been jacked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, something else about you that hasn't been jacked.
I just want to be in love.
You need to find God. You need to be like Max and Crumb.
Yeah.
R. Crumb's brother who used to molest women, but now he's Buddhist, so he just sits on a bed of nails and prays all day.
Oh my God. I got to watch this doc.
You should watch it, man. It's so crazy. I'm I'm looking at my notes for Frailty. I swear to God, I only wrote down 3 things, and none of them make sense unless you see the movie. My notes in their entirety say God's hand case, peace in the valley, and he blued his head off.
Those are all from like the first 3 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and I gave up after that. Peace in the Valley is because they do play. It sounds like, is it Johnny Cash's version?
It did. I think it was. Yeah, it did at first, and then the second time they played it, it sounded different.
It might have been a different singer's version. Peace in the Valley is like
probably just to show that it was. This is what actually happened.
That could be. It might have been Elvis's version. I thought I was singing Johnny
maybe.
Cash. I think it was Elvis's version. But Peace in the Valley is a very popular gospel song that was recorded by many people over the years. Famous. Oh, I'm sorry. No, there was a Johnny Cash single. I think I was right. The Johnny Cash single was from '62. But also Little Richard did a version. Sam Cooke did a version. But that's
The
like a
fucking Peace
musical
in the Valley
motif.
podcast. Get to the point. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that was just sort of like a musical motif in the film. Beautiful song.
Guess what?
What?
Oh, never mind. It was the Johnny Cash version.
Oh,
I was
cool.
about to say it was both, but no, it was just the Johnny Cash version.
Yeah, I thought I recognized Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other final thoughts about Frailty?
Good movie. Really
Yeah,
good movie. I'm so glad you recommended this, or you suggested this, Scott, because I have finally rewatched it after all these freaking years. And isn't it crazy? You can watch a movie and then 23 years later, you still remember things from it.
I know.
And like, I had the shot of the kid's head like floating off into space. That was very impactful.
It was a good shot.
Yeah, and it's like one of those movies you can see the influences, the filmic influences on it, while also sort of doing its own thing and not really overstating them and using them in ways that are not typically like associated with that genre. And that was really cool.
And you can tell it's like a single vision, like ultimately. Like Bill Paxton obviously really wanted to make this. And it's not like overly ambitious. It's like a clear, like, you know, a clear vision.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. Cool movie. That's all I really got to say. Shall we review it?
Yeah. Shout out to my
Let's do it.
friend Alex for recommending this to me.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah. Shout
All
outs. Right. Yeah. Let's rate the damn thing. What did we, Boys Bible Study, think of Frailty?
I'm going to give this 7 out of 7 listed demons. It's a great movie. I wish my parents and I like did stuff.
Yeah.
That was my takeaway.
There's the
Stuff
didn't really
in
do it.
quotes.
I mean,
Not going to
yeah,
add
I
anything
mean-
to it from there.
I didn't really I didn't really have a relationship with my father like that, and I feel like that's led to a lot of insecurities later in my life. And
sorry.
it would have been nice to have some sort of thing other than watching fucking Johnny Carson or whatever.
Yeah. To get his approval. I agree, that would be
Yeah.
nice. There's the sorry to keep talking about R. Crumb, but there's this like R. Crumb comic where the premise of it is like it's like the father has sex with his daughter, and then the mother has sex with their son, and then the mother and father get together and say more parents should spend time with their kids. And that's the punchline of the comic. That's so fucking funny to me.
That's
like
really
just
funny.
thinking about that makes me laugh.
Oh my God.
He's such a genius.
Just anything. I mean,
No, I agree. Like
fucking
basically,
sucking, killing.
I know. Like
Playing
these are
catch.
primal. These are human activities.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? That's why, I think I'm so jealous of, Noah and like all those like Old Testament people, because like all they had was each other. They had to do everything together.
Yeah. And the sad thing is I could never say this to him now because he would say, that's not true. That's not true.
Well, you were more of the Fenton in your family.
Yeah, for real. I was the middle child.
What did we, Scott, what did you think?
I am going to give this 4 out of 4 genuinely influential angels. I couldn't help but thinking, watching it this time, of the recent episode of Touched by an Angel we covered, The Birthday Present, in which a child is trapped in a underground shelter, much like how a child was trapped in an underground shelter here.
Right.
And trying to think, like, what if the Touched by an Angel angels had to tell somebody to kill somebody and give them a list? They're like, God wants you to do this. I can't make you do it, but that's what God wants. And then they did it.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, like if Gloria came and told you that, and she was like success, like what if the angel telling him stuff is Gloria?
I would kill for Gloria. No
and these
cap.
came out at similar times. Do you think that Touched by an Angel
I guess there was
episode was
overlap.
influenced by this? They could have like seen it at a festival earlier or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
They could have.
Weird dad and 2 kids situation. They both, each of the kids has like a different idea of how to handle things. I don't know.
Great crossover app.
Yeah, exactly. They were truly touched by angels in this movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
I agree. I also thought that it was a good movie. Gonna have to give this one. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. 1 out of 1. Covert storm cellars.
Yes.
Yeah, because this hidden gem of a film was hiding in plain sight. Just like Mr. Meek's victims.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Julian and I have to get moving so we can watch our friend Andrew
on Jeopardy
compete in Jeopardy. So I will say bye to everyone listening. Thank you so much for checking out this episode on Frailty. Go to boysbiblestudy.com to listen to our free episodes and check out patreon.com/boysbiblestudy. If you want episodes every week, that's how you get it. Subscribe for $5 a month or more. Also, shout out to our patron saints at the $20 tier. They get a shout out on every episode. Nicole, Marissa, Jeff, Mark, and Alex. Also, our outro song is Oh My God by Mary. So from all of us here at Boys Bible Study, myself, Ash, my co-hosts, Scott and Julian, and the angel that tells us what to say, we would like to say, peace be with you.
and also with you. That was Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that could tell.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I feel your love in me, it's coming from within. Oh my God, my devotion is so unwavering. Divine emotions when you enter me. Every day you take